All right, so our big job with this one is to get some practice adding fingering. Now, this is something that I haven't figured out a way to do like exclusively just with hotkeys. I do use the cursor, at least to get this started, and as I'm inputting as I go. Other you might find other methods. This is just what works for me. I feel like this is the fastest workflow that I can do for it. So what I've done over here on the palette section is I've opened up the fingering section, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my first note, see how it's highlighted blue. I'm not in note input mode, so I've got that toggled off. I've just got the note highlighted in blue, and the first fingering is 3, so I'm just going to click 3. Now, in order to quickly move to the next note, I'm going to hit Alt and then the arrow, the cursor button, right arrow, to move us to the next note. And then the next note's 1, so I'm going to click 1. Alt arrow, then we've got 4. I'll click 4. Alt arrow gets us to the next note, 2. And I basically just go across the piece like this. Now, this is a really awkward piece because we have I don't know why Cherney's decided to mark in each and every one individual finger marking here. This is almost never what you see in your music. Usually they give you like the first note and some crucial ones where things change, but not in this case. I'm just going back and forth through the whole thing, and it's a little bit of a tedious process when we have to do each and every single individual note. But I'm just gonna go across like that. Fortunately, in the second measure, we have slightly less. Maybe we don't have one for every single finger. Notice that I'm clicking the top row of fingers. There's actually another bottom row set. These are guitar fingering. I don't really know what's different from it aside from where it places the fingering. I'm going to skip this next 5 because it seems obvious to me that the C is just going to keep being finger 5. I don't think that I would need that added in there, so I'm just going to skip over those C's. He wants us to put finger 4 on this one, finger 2 on this one. 3 on this one kind of makes sense, but it does move around a little bit, so I'll write it down anyway. And then we're moving our thumb 1, and our pinky moves 5, 3, 2. And then I basically go through the identical process in the left hand. This is kind of a given at this point, so I'll skip a few of them because it's obvious that the pinky's going to be in that particular placement. The hand doesn't actually move position at all, so I do trust my ability to figure that out as I go. All right, onward to the next one. This is where we have more movements. Oh, I clicked the guitar one. You see how the placement of the 5 is a little bit different with the guitar one? I should be hitting the upper 5. There we go. Alt arrow 5 1, and we're going to keep our thumb on that top C, so I don't need to keep re-entering that one. This is really wacky fingering. This one would be a little harder to play. Finger 3, finger 5, and finger 2. We did it! All right. The last thing I want to do with this is adjust the sizing, the space. So I'm going to zoom out so I can conceptualize the full picture. I think I want each section to have its own line. So I'm going to hit the enter button to create a section break and format page settings. Just stretch this out a little bit, make the notes. How big can I make them? Well, that's getting a little out of control, jumbo, but I quite like the bigger size, so I think I'm going to leave it about here. And we're going to save it. Close it up. We're done with this one.